like the gods are against me.
Joe Deckelmeyer, Screen Rant. First of all, congratulations on this amazing show. Get ready for all the Emmys now. I'm just letting you know. This show is absolutely fantastic.
He said it.
I
didn't say it.
Did you say it?
No.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like, the show's epic, honestly. Look, this is the first scripted show to really tell the story of Hawaii's unification from an indigenous perspective. What did it mean for you both as Kanaka Maoli to tell that story on your own terms?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, really, I feel like it kind of has to be done this way. I mean, we're getting to a place in film where audiences are so savvy and they want the real. And if you're not giving them real, they can smell a fake. And it's just the times that we're in, and how fortunate for us, you know, because we have an opportunity to share stories, things that we would have wanted to see as a kid, and things that our grandparents talk about, our parents talk about. So yeah, man, no, we're really, really happy with it.
Absolutely. Jason, Ka'iana is such a fascinating lens, both as a warrior and outsider. Why was his point of view so important for unlocking this epic story?
Well, I think it was just, you know, I mean, first off, I just love the idea of being from here, leaving here, and actually seeing the world. So whatever was happening in Hawaii, you know, once he left and saw the real world, I mean, everything down to like his accounts of like seeing a bunny rabbit. Like, can you just imagine seeing, like, being this war chief, seeing a little bunny rabbit? We shot that, and he's just like hopping around, watching it hop. He's like, you know, that's just exciting and fluffy, and like, but he's still this badass war chief. But these small things to like the opium wars, seeing all this, seeing slavery, seeing poverty, seeing like, and just what was going on, then going up into Alaska, they named a bay after him, and then him coming back with all his weapons. Just, he's gonna have that poison of the outside world. So when you come back and they're talking about these gods and we can't do this then, but this person's gonna hurt them, it's like, no, you're wrong. This is it. And having that tongue and that mouth now, that's just not, you know, it's not, you know, it's very much, he's poisoned by the outside world. He can never return to that. Yet he wants to protect all that's safe here, but he has to be the cancer that comes in to kind of go, this is what, if I need to be the bad one, then so be it. Because I need to make this decision for our people, because you have no idea what's coming. And so that is a hard thing to like swallow, that drive and the ego, and I mean, all of that. So I think what a wonderful story to tell it that way. What a wonderful thing to bounce off of, so that, you know, Kamehameha has to lead this and also have a beautiful connection between a woman who actually sees bigger than that, because Manu was, you know, she was like Queen Elizabeth to us. I mean, she did a lot of shit that people don't agree with, and same thing with Kamehameha. All these things people have their own opinions on, but I think, you know, if you were to leave here and go see the world and come back, what would you do? Right. And how would you handle it? So I feel as an audience member, you're going like, fuck, you know, he's right. You gotta back it up. And there's not a right or wrong. It's just like, that's, you know, Mama Lahoy, you're not supposed to do this. You gotta honor this shit. You can't just do whatever you want to. And yet he's like, no, this guy's fucking bad, man. Yes, sir. And you're along that ride with him, you know what I mean? And seeing just with Tony, and like, that's a true character. That's a true character. And just being there, and like slavery and what he's been through, and then coming to Hawaii, it's like, we don't care his skin color, like, you're here. Like, well, you're gonna be with me long after I'm gone. Like, I've been there for you. And there's just their nonverbal communication of like, I can't, you know, just that connection of just human and human. We had that. He was a landowner here.
So Anthony Allen was a real person. I mean, like you said, in Hawaii, it wasn't even about, do we see skin color? That skin color was beautiful to Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like, it was beautiful. And we actually talked about things like this. Like, how do we showcase the fact that, you know, brown skin, dark skin is beautiful, and it is worth talking about.
You came up with pale skin, didn't you? This is the best thing. Well, no one ever brought this up, but I think this is beautiful. And this is to credit Thomas, where, you know, it's like white man, white this, well, you know, and it's just kind of like, it's always offensive. Sure. And it's just like, and the truth of it is, we saw them in a different way. And so he wanted to use the word, he wanted to use pale skin, because they're pale. It's not white. And I think they think of themselves as white, and that it would be this godly thing, but it was pale skin. So he, you know, kind of put it in that place where I think that's really beautiful. Like when we started writing that, I was like, gosh.
It never meant to be offensive. It's just like, when we really think about it, white, when we say white people, they're not white, you know, and from a people that, you know, live in the sun and enjoy that. And, you know, the darkness represents, you know, your work in the fields. It represents your connection to the water. And so, to see something and to think they must come from a place where the sun doesn't touch them and it looks sickly, and, you know, not to be offensive. It's just that observation. I just thought it was important to, you know, it was a subtle way to talk about how the world views each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, the eruption of Mauna Loa during filming was powerful and symbolic. How did moments like that influence the energy of the shoot? And how did you feel? Did you feel like it was the land responding to the story that you were telling?
Yeah, I really thought we were getting approval from our ancestors. There's not one moment where I didn't, and I really looked out. And I know we were both looking for signs and also just like wanting to know that we're on the right path. And moments like that, even for Mauna Loa and Kilauea to go off at the same time is pretty special. And then being blessed by rain in the beginning and the end, and even today, where I grew up, probably the beach that I grew up with the most was Pokai Bay. That's where I learned how to surf, and Makaha. But Pokai Bay, where my dad is a paddling coach, literally the sand has washed away. We moved back, and there's the petroglyphs have just exposed themselves. It's just in the news today.
Really?
On the day that we're doing our premiere. Like, I've never seen that in my life, but all washed back and it's engraved. Massive petroglyphs are at Pokai Bay.
Yeah.
You go down there
right now. They're
We're
looking
down
at
there
it.
seeing the wonders of it. And I'm like, on the day we're going to go do this.
Yeah. We had that a lot,
And not to
though,
just
man.
go like, oh, that's about us, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like,
No, it's
well,
not.
that's never fucking happened.
Yeah. Well, I will
A
say
long
this.
time.
We had so many what we call ho'ailona, right? They're omens, manifestations that present themselves. We had that all the time. And so for something like this to happen, I would never say
At my childhood beach where I was blessed.
Yeah. I would never say that we caused that, but what I'm saying is we're doing the right thing at the right time to be able to be a part of an energy shift. Let us start talking about that. I think we as a society are in a place where we're in a place of healing. So let's have honest dialogue. We don't have to, the story is about the conflict and the clashing of two different cultures. We can discuss the good and the bad that comes with that. And we'll be frank, there's a lot of good that comes from it. So let's start the dialogue. Let's remember the story's themes is really about that, It's and specifically Hawaii. So we can start talking about updating the evolution of tourism, how we communicate with each other. Let this be a visual representation for people to understand how Hawaiians see themselves. And then if we start from that place, I know you, you know me, let's talk about what we can do now.
There's an actor here that I didn't know he was acting for the first time because he is absolutely incredible. I'm talking about Ka'iana Makua.
Yes, you are.
Ooh,
Yes,
incredible.
you are.
He's a real life taro farmer, Olelo Hawaiian speaker, and a cultural practitioner. He closely mirrors the values of Kamehameha. What made him the right choice to carry that role? And how did you guys work with him in channeling that lived in authenticity into his performance?
We didn't teach him a thing.
We
No.
didn't.
We couldn't.
did not.
We can barely talk to him. He's so good.
Yeah.
He was born to play this role. He's born to step in these shoes. I think he perpetuates everything that Hawaiian Kanaka Akane is. He the moment I laid eyes on him, I'm like, who is that? And then when I got to know him, he had all those attributes. And really for us was just like putting him in front of the camera. He actually felt really comfortable. I'm sure he felt a little nervous, but you couldn't watch a good performance for 10 years into my career. Like, he's out of the gates, just like hammer. So he was born for this. And that moment was born for me to see him and go like, there was no casting. There was no, if he didn't play it, we wouldn't have it. You're it. And we really had to convince him.
Yeah,
because he did not want to do it.
Really?
He did not want to do it.
He's
no.
not chasing it. We could not lure him or tempt him with
At all.
Hollywood glory. Like, it was not
No
it at
money,
all.
nothing could
Nothing.
ever, and even like anything. He cared about his community, cared about teaching, cared about his family, he didn't want to leave. All these things where he's just like, no, I have too much responsibility in this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty big thing, this is going to offer a lot for all of our children. Like, this is, and you really have to, and I don't blame him. Like, he has built this world that is beautiful, and and I see the reluctancy to it, but I just, finally he trusted us. I mean, we're brothers now, but he was the heart. I've never had to court anyone. No woman, man, nothing. Like, that was the hardest court I've ever had to do to
And
get
even
him.
then, he didn't do it for us. He literally came because he said he understands the weight of this story, understands the weight of this character. And even though this is not me, this is not my life, I don't really want to be I don't want to be an actor. I will do this because it will help perpetuate. It'll help be something for the kids. And as a byproduct, it's actually for our parents who have never seen this. It's for our grandparents who have never seen this. We've never had representation at this level.
I will not speak English.
Yeah.
Will not speak English.
I took Kaina to dinner for an hour and a half. He never spoke any English.
Wow.
If he knew you had a Polynesian background, you didn't even have to be Hawaiian. If he knew that you spoke Polynesian, he spoke to you in Hawaiian, and that was it. You know, and we figured out, you know, other people figured
Amazing.
it out. It was
The real
amazing.
deal. The real deal. And he, so much presence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you met him yet?
No, in the hallway, and I give him.
He's huge.
He's
He's a
huge.
rock, bro.
Bro, I'm a big guy. He's huge.
Yeah.
I've never hugged somebody that I was just like, oh, he's so hard. Like, it's just all rocks, bro.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for
Yeah.
your time. The show is absolutely incredible. Like I said, Emmys all over it,
I
brother.
like this guy.
Day. I'm speaking
Screen Rant
facts.
said it. Screen Rant said
Speaking
it.
facts,
What do you
gentlemen.
say?
Thank you.
Hold on, my friend.
This is your home.